Well, what's up, guys? I hope you're all enjoying the warm weather today. Well, it's warm everywhere in Ontario except for Toronto. So right now the temperature is 11 degrees centigrade, and down in Windsor, Ontario, it's 26 going up to 27. And I find today is unfair. Holy cow, I hate motorcycles. So I say today is unfair weather day because everywhere in southern Ontario gets summer-like weather except for us, except for Toronto and everywhere in the GTA. Like, do you know what a big difference that is? We're supposed to like get up to 14 degrees today, and everybody, like, if you live in Windsor, Ontario, you get to wear a t-shirt and shorts and sandals, while people in Toronto have to wear jackets. That's a big shame, because the thing is, we live in the same country and province as Windsor. So it's unfair that Windsor gets summer-like weather and we don't. Anyways, this is my first walking video on the streets of Toronto. Normally I do walking videos in the forest where the hike trail is. Yeah. Can we cross now? The hand signal is still there. I'm waiting for the walking sign light to change. Oh, here we go. You know, is it my imagination, or is the street noisier than usual today? Yeah, so as I was saying, this is my first walking video along Toronto, like outside of the forest. By the way, speaking of the forest, I was just in the forest, like coming out. So you know how at the beginning I was crossing the street? Well, just beside it there's a playground and there's a ravine forestry area. And I think there might be a community center there, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that's all about. But anyways, that's actually where I did my Easter vlog video last week. I mean, it wasn't in the same location, but it was near. It was in the general areas as the ravine area where I did my Easter vlog. Anyways, it's a pleasant day for a walk, and apparently I'm a little bit underdressed, but I mean, it feels a little warmer because of the sun. But I mean, I underdressed on purpose because everywhere in southern Ontario gets summer-like weather and not us. Anyways, can we cross the street from here? Huh, this is not a crosswalk, actually. That wasn't a crosswalk. This is. There's the Loblaws, the one on Dundas. I've been to that Loblaws a few times. Oh, we've got some nice dogs out here today. Okay, wait for this car to pass. Just gonna wait for the car. And there's we're basically following the CP rail and the GO train Milton line. Okay, I think I'm gonna cross the street right now. Or maybe not. Okay, now. So yeah, I've been to that Loblaws a few times. Just following the Milton line, and I see the 40 bus there. No, that's not the 40. That's the 55 Warren Park. That's 55, and this bus is 7931. So obviously that bus over there, it's below 7955. Like, it's 7931. Well, that's because all buses under 7955 have gotten vision system installed. Because after Trump got shut down in April, those buses under 7955 were equipped with Tetra radios. I'm not exactly sure what they are, but they were only allowed to train or run on streetcar shuttles. But now, since they all have vision, they're allowed on regular routes now. It's been 2 years, in fact. All buses under 7955 got vision installed just before the pandemic started. I even remember it was like February 28th or something. Like, it was definitely installed just before the pandemic. And then, I mean, the lower 7900 buses got vision first. Like 7909 got it first. And so they just worked their way up from there. And yeah, that's that. This is actually why I don't like to ride on buses under 7955, because they all have vision installed, and I like Trump better. Hey, there's an NG hybrid bus running on the 40A junction, Dundas West. I think that's a rad. Oh, and it says hybrid electric on the side. It's 1305. Hey, I've been on 1305 before. Maybe 40 has moved to Mount Dennis. I don't know. I kind of doubt it though. So I'm just gonna say that's a rad. The run as directed bus. Now I'm gonna go on a wiki today that tells me like which division is served by, no, which route is served by which division, and if it says it's moved to Mount Dennis, I'll list it in the description. But I'm pretty sure this bus route is still Queensway. Although if we tag along another 40 bus, then we'll know for sure. Anyways, I've been on 1305 before, but it was in the old livery. I remember riding on 1305 on December 9th, 2019. And that bus was in the old livery back then. Like, seriously, I just remember it was in the old livery. And you see, you can even tell that okay, so it's, I know it may confuse you guys, but some of the buses that got rebuilt got repainted as well, and some didn't. Like, I mean, there were a lot of buses that were refurbished in the old livery. So basically there were some buses that they just painted in the new livery during refurbishment. But apparently last year they painted the NG hybrid buses that were refurbished in the old livery. They repainted them in the new livery. So you can actually tell if it was if it was a refurbished NG hybrid bus that was refurbished in the old livery that got painted in the new livery, if it has the hybrid electric wording on the side. They were supposed to do it since January 2019. Then in February 2019, they painted the OG hybrids in the new livery, and it only took them like 11 months to do that. And then they resumed with the NG hybrids, but then they paused after like April 2020. But I mean, I'm not bothered by that. I like them in the old livery better. As a matter of fact, I don't like to ride on NG hybrid buses that have the hybrid electric wording on the side, because that just means that it was a refurbished bus in the old livery that got painted in the new livery. So if I ride on 1305 now, it's gonna mean nothing, because it's in the new livery. And we're almost on Jane Street. I'm gonna run. I just want to see what bus this is. So I'm gonna run, and there's the library. So yeah, that was a rad, because I see the 40 bus there. Gotta cross the light. Yeah, so it's 1032, and it's a Wi-Fi bus. You see this? 1032 on the 35, and it's a Wi-Fi bus. Yeah, those 35 buses like run very often, and there's the 40 bus. So yeah, that bus that we just saw, that was a rad 48 junction. So yeah, that would have been a rad. And our walk sign's gonna change any second now. Oh, there we go. Thank you. I want to go back over there. I think that's another rad. It's 3637, I think. It's a Nova bus LFS. Nova hybrid, actually. It's a hybrid bus. It's actually going to come this way, so we might as well just keep walking. Like look, this 3631, that's a hybrid bus. So there's another bus rad. And I'm at least assuming it's a rad, and I hope I'm right. So we saw 2 bus rads during the trip. We saw 1305, then we saw that bus, that Nova hybrid bus. Whenever a Nova hybrid rads routes, it's always an Arrow Road bus, because those Nova hybrids, they're in Arrow Road, and they're also in Malvern Division. But it's only the Arrow Road ones rad routes. And same with those NG hybrid buses. Like there's some in Wilson, a lot of them in Malvern, some in Mount Dennis, but only Mount Dennis's NG hybrid buses rad routes. And I don't 100% know why, but that's basically just what I noticed. So we're between Jane and Runnymede now. By the way, ever wonder why the only buses that you see on the 35? Oh god, I hate cars honking. Well, ever wonder why the only buses that you see running on the 35 are Wi-Fi buses? That's because 35 is a designated Wi-Fi route. And you know, I actually knew that I was gonna run into a 35 bus while we're on the way, because the 35 runs very often. At least it seems to run very often. I was actually hoping I'd run into it so I could point it out to you, but yeah, you hear what I'm saying? Like, the only buses that the 35 uses are 1000 to 1064 or 66. I know Wi-Fi buses goes up to either 64 or 66. I kind of forget. I have a feeling it's 64, but I could be wrong. But anyways, yeah, these are the only buses that you'll see running on the 35. Like, yeah, 1000 to 1064 or maybe 66, because, I mean, I'm not exactly sure why 35 is a designated Wi-Fi route. I guess it's because they want to, maybe it's because the 35 just goes a great distance, and they just want to put Wi-Fi service on a great distance route, because 35 is Jane, and Jane is a major street, one of the major streets in Toronto, and I bet you 35 is a busy bus route, because it also has an express bus, the 935. I actually rode on the 935 once. The 935 Express, I rode it directly from, I rode it from Pioneer Village subway station to Jane's subway station. So it was like a 50-minute bus ride. I thought it would be shorter, but it was actually a long time. It was in September 2021, I think. I was on my way back from Canada's Wonderland that day. And I remember I was on 1001 on the 935 that day. Wow, so many motorcyclists out. There's Windermere Avenue. Windermere goes all the way down to the lake shore. Because it starts from here and goes down to the lake shore. And there's the plaza, and there's Fresco. Now, I've been to that Fresco a few times before. I don't go to that Fresco very often, but I do go there once in a while. Like, I went there quite often in like November, December 2021. But yeah, one thing I like about Fresco is they sell foods at cheaper prices. I mean, look at the slogan. It's lowering food prices. And you see how Fresco has this down arrow that makes the O, Freshco with the down arrow? It means lowering, like, it has a down arrow because it's cheaper. Anyways, we're almost on Runnymede. Some sort of ventilation here. Now, Fresco used to have a different logo back then, but I think I actually like the new Fresco logo better because it's actually better looking. The new Fresco logo is actually better looking than the old one. And as you can see, I'm kind of far away from other people right now, so I can have the whole high sidewalk to myself. Sometimes I ride on the OG hybrid Wi-Fi buses on the 941. I mean, like the Wi-Fi buses only run on certain routes. They can run on 941, but they don't seem to run on the 79. I guess they only run on routes that need Wi-Fi routes. That's just my only explanation. It's like whenever I'm on the regular 41, like not the 941 Express, but the regular 41, I'm always on a Nova Arctic, the Nova LFS Arctic. I've been told that it depends what run I'm on, like what kind of run number I'm on, like not the fleet number, but the name of the number of the run. Like you've got run 1, 1, 3, 1, 5, run 5, like how many times it runs. So basically it depends on the time of the day. It's just that whenever I'm on the Nova Arctics, I'm going to I'm obviously gonna on them at the same time, so it depends on the time of the day of whether or not I get a Nova Arctic or not. Like, whether or not I get a Nova Arctic, it depends on the time of the day. Anyways, I'm approaching Runnymede Road. There's the 7-Eleven. And there's Jumbo Burgers. And there's Runnymede Loop. Can I get to the other side of the road? Oh, yes I can. So, yeah, there's Jumbo Burgers. I've actually been there one time. That was in November 2021. And there's Runnymede Loop. So anyways, since I'm at Runnymede Loop right now, basically just gonna stop this video. That's where the 30 High Park lands, at Runnymede Loop. because that's the only bus I know that stops here. Anyways, I'm gonna walk back. So enjoy the weather now. And for those of you not living in the GTA, I hope you enjoy those summer-like weathers. Make sure you get your t-shirts and shorts out and all that. And I'll see you again later.